The New York Yankees are making waves again, and at the center of all the buzz is none other than Giancarlo Stanton, finally returning to the outfield for the first time in 2 years. After a stretch filled with injuries and uncertainty, Stanton is back on the grass, taking his place in right field while Aaron Judge continues his recovery. It's a scene that Yankees fans have been waiting for because having Stanton back on the field isn't just about filling a position. It's about reigniting a spark in the lineup and giving this team the kind of edge only someone of his caliber can provide. For Giancarlo, stepping back into the outfield has been invigorating, a reminder of why he loves the game and why, even after all the accolades and achievements, he remains focused on one thing above all else: winning. Stanton's own words make it clear. After missing so much time due to injuries, he admits that simply being able to contribute again feels refreshing. "Anything I could do when I'm back is always nice," he said, and that sentiment has defined his career ever since joining the Yankees. For him, it's never about distractions or accolades. Even when asked about the attention that comes with being one of New York's most recognizable figures, he dismissed it without hesitation, saying his focus is entirely on helping this team win a World Series. It's a level of professionalism and commitment that not every player demonstrates, and it's exactly what makes Stanton such a cornerstone for the Yankees. And make no mistake, Stanton knows his own value. He's fully aware that he's one of the best hitters in the game, a player capable of changing the outcome of any matchup with a single swing. But what sets him apart is his willingness to go beyond just hitting. He wants to be out there in the field, contributing to every aspect of the game. It's a mindset that has allowed him to thrive in high-pressure situations, particularly in the playoffs, where Stanton has repeatedly shown he can be an unstoppable force. Over the years, his performances in critical moments have earned him a reputation not just as a great player, but as someone who elevates the team around him. This season, despite starting off on the wrong foot due to injury, Stanton has been nothing short of phenomenal since returning. With 148 at-bats, 42 hits, 12 home runs, and a batting average of .300, his impact is undeniable. His on-base plus slugging numbers have soared, and he has an OPS of 962, proving that he's still a threat every time he steps into the batter's box. Stanton has even reminded fans and critics alike that he's still the MVP caliber player he was years ago. He may have won the award nearly a decade ago, but his approach and performance prove that the skill and intensity have not diminished. Every time Stanton swings, it feels like a player at the peak of his powers, a force that opposing pitchers simply have to respect. Over the last 10 games alone, Stanton has been virtually untouchable. He's hitting .414 during this stretch, with 12 hits for home runs, 11 RBIs, and 5 runs scored. That kind of production is exactly what the Yankees need when Judge is sidelined, and it's exactly why Stanton's return to the outfield matters so much. Being back in the field allows him to engage with the game fully, not just from the perspective of hitting, but by participating in all facets of baseball. The result is a player who feels more in rhythm, more connected to the pace of the game, and more able to make an impact every inning. Even Aaron Judge has acknowledged Stanton's leadership and skill. Judge sees Stanton as one of the most respected figures in the clubhouse, someone whose presence elevates everyone around him. And it's not just about leadership in the locker room. Stanton's focus at the plate has drawn praise as well. His ability to control the strike zone, to stick to a plan, and to punish mistakes from pitchers has reminded everyone why he remains one of the most dangerous hitters in baseball. Yes, his defensive skills in the outfield aren't flawless, and no, he isn't saving highlight reels with every catch, but that's not the point. What Stanton provides is reliability, a bat that can change the game in a heartbeat, and a presence that commands respect on both sides of the ball. The Yankees' outfield has been solid, with Cody Bellinger and Trent Grisham providing strong defensive support, which allows Stanton to focus on his strengths while still contributing where needed. Bellinger has been phenomenal, covering ground, making plays, and keeping the team solid defensively. Grisham, too, has done his job quietly but effectively, holding down center field and giving the Yankees stability in a position that has seen its share of change. This balance allows Stanton to thrive, hitting with power and precision, while knowing the outfield behind him is capable and reliable. Stanton's production has been vital in a season where the Yankees have faced their fair share of challenges. While other players like Anthony Volpe and the rest of the lineup have stepped up at different points, Stanton has been the true MLB superstar carrying the team when Judge has been out. His numbers are not just impressive, they're elite. This is the kind of performance that changes the momentum of a team and can define a season. And as Judge begins to regain form after returning from injury, Stanton's presence only amplifies the team's overall potential. Judge himself has been working to regain comfort after his elbow issues, and his own contributions are starting to come back around. After a slow start following his return to the lineup, Judge has started to find his rhythm again. Over the last 7 games, he's posted a .238 batting average with 5 hits, a home run, 3 RBIs, and 4 runs scored. That's not the dominant form we've seen from him at his peak, but it's a sign that he's progressing, trusting his recovery, and preparing to reclaim his natural position in right field. Once Judge returns fully, Stanton can transition back into a DH role, giving the Yankees more flexibility while keeping their offensive firepower intact. This flexibility opens up possibilities for rest days, lineup adjustments, and strategic rotations that keep the team fresh over the grueling season. Stanton, when healthy and hot, is more than just a right fielder or designated hitter. He's a cornerstone, someone who can swing momentum in a single at-bat, energize the team, and keep the Yankees competitive in every game. Combined with the emerging depth of the roster, including players like Austin Wells and Ben Rice, the Yankees are shaping a lineup that can rotate intelligently, keeping players fresh while maximizing production. Stanton's return to the outfield also reinforces an essential part of his game, being engaged in all aspects of baseball. While some stars focus purely on hitting, Stanton's willingness to contribute in the field, to stay active, and to be part of every play gives him an edge. That edge is evident in the way he's hitting, the way he's reading pitchers, and the way he's impacting games. Every swing, every catch, every run is part of a broader commitment to excellence, a reflection of why he has been such a dominant presence in Major League Baseball for over a decade. Even when facing adversity, Stanton's mindset has been crystal clear. Focus on contribution, focus on winning, and let the performance speak louder than anything else. That approach has made him indispensable to the Yankees, and as the season unfolds, his continued excellence in both hitting and fielding will shape how this team moves forward. Stanton's impact is immediate and tangible, and with Judge poised to rejoin the outfield, the Yankees lineup is looking more dangerous than it has in weeks. As the season progresses, the Yankees are discovering the true value of roster flexibility, and Giancarlo Stanton is at the heart of it. With Aaron Judge still gradually recovering, Stanton's ability to slide between right field and the designated hitter spot gives the team a tactical advantage that few other lineups can replicate. It's not just about having a power bat in the order. It's about creating matchups that force opposing pitchers to adjust constantly, and Stanton excels in situations where pitchers think they can predict his approach. His plate discipline, combined with a keen eye for balls and strikes, ensures that he isn't just swinging wildly for power. He's hitting with intent, with a plan, and with the ability to punish any mistake. This intelligence at the plate is one of the reasons why he remains a cornerstone of the Yankees' offense, even years after entering the league as one of the most physically imposing hitters in baseball. Stanton's presence also creates room for other players to grow into their roles. Austin Wells, for instance, has been benefiting from Stanton's consistent performance by seeing fewer high-pressure situations early in the game and gradually building his confidence at the plate. Wells' approach has matured over the season, and watching him adapt alongside a veteran like Stanton has been an educational experience for both fans and teammates. The Yankees coaching staff has highlighted the importance of integrating younger players without overwhelming them, and having Stanton back in the lineup allows for a seamless transition in moments when the team needs flexibility. It's a subtle but impactful factor that underscores Stanton's value beyond traditional statistics. Meanwhile, the team's depth continues to impress. Players like Ben Rice and Harrison Bader have been stepping into crucial moments, providing defensive stability, speed on the bases, and occasional power. Rice, in particular, has been instrumental in maintaining balance when the lineup needed adjustments, proving he can handle high-leverage situations with composure. Bader, with his ability to cover ground in the outfield and make sharp throws, reinforces the Yankees' defensive strategy, ensuring that when Stanton is in right field, the team's overall structure remains solid. This depth, combined with Stanton's offensive production, is precisely what allows the Yankees to rotate their lineup intelligently while maintaining a competitive edge. Strategically, the Yankees have been leveraging Stanton's versatility to optimize matchups against pitchers of all types. When facing right-handed starters, Stanton's power becomes a primary weapon, forcing teams to consider both his long ball and his ability to hit for average. Against left-handed pitchers, he remains a threat, even if the approach requires slight adjustments in timing and pitch selection. This adaptability makes him one of the most difficult hitters to defend in Major League Baseball, as opposing pitchers can never assume an easy at-bat. And because Stanton has been so consistent this season, maintaining a .300 batting average with impressive home run totals, the Yankees have a reliable foundation around which to structure the lineup. The DH role, when utilized for Stanton, has proven to be an essential tool. Not only does it allow him to focus on hitting without overextending physically, but it also provides opportunities for other players to rest and recover during a grueling season. In games where Judge returns to the outfield, Stanton can transition to DH seamlessly, maintaining his offensive output while reducing the risk of injury. This dual capability is invaluable for a team navigating injuries, fatigue, and the mental strain of a long season. It allows the Yankees to preserve their stars while keeping the offense potent, which is exactly the kind of strategic flexibility that can carry a team deep into the postseason. Beyond the tactical aspects, Stanton's impact on team morale cannot be overstated. There's a quiet but palpable energy that he brings to the clubhouse, one that motivates both veterans and younger players to raise their game. When a player of Stanton's caliber is in peak form, it sends a signal to everyone on the roster that excellence is expected, that effort must be consistent, and that leadership comes from action as much as words. This intangible element, often overlooked in statistics, is critical for a team like the Yankees, whose goal is not just to make the playoffs, but to contend for championships. Stanton embodies that ethos, consistently demonstrating that preparation, focus, and a willingness to contribute in every way are what define true leadership. Pitchers on opposing teams have taken notice, too. Facing Stanton is never straightforward, as his combination of strength, precision, and mental acuity creates constant uncertainty. He's capable of punishing mistakes in the strike zone, but he's also patient enough to work counts, wear down pitchers, and create opportunities for his teammates. When Stanton steps into the box, the dynamic of the game shifts. Pitchers have to decide whether to challenge him with fastballs, try breaking balls low in the zone, or risk walking him to avoid giving up a home run. That kind of pressure reverberates through the lineup, affecting pitch selection, game strategy, and ultimately, the flow of the contest. And it's not just individual at-bats where Stanton matters. It's situational baseball. In high-leverage moments, runners on base, or late-inning rallies, he has a way of rising to the occasion. Stanton has repeatedly demonstrated an ability to stay calm under pressure, a trait that separates great players from legends. His experience in playoff situations adds another layer to this reliability. When the Yankees need a clutch hit, Stanton is the kind of player who can deliver, giving both teammates and fans the confidence that the game is never out of reach. The synergy between Stanton and Aaron Judge also plays a crucial role in the Yankee strategy. While Judge is recovering and gradually returning to his dominant form, Stanton's ability to hold the lineup together ensures the team doesn't lose momentum. When Judge is back in full force, the two stars can coexist seamlessly, each taking advantage of the other's presence. Pitchers then face the daunting challenge of navigating a lineup stacked with power, discipline, and intelligence, a combination that few teams in baseball can match. The Yankees' ability to manage this dual threat effectively could define the rest of the season and set the stage for a deep playoff run. But before we continue, please remember to join our channel and give this video a like. Your support allows us to keep bringing you the latest news about the New York Yankees. Feel free to share your thoughts on the news in the comments. The baseball world was thrown into a whirlwind of speculation late last night when whispers began to circulate that Alex Bregman, the star infielder long associated with the Boston Red Sox in the eyes of their hopeful fans, might have pulled off the most stunning move of the offseason. According to sources who claim to be close to the negotiations, Bregman has agreed to terms with the New York Yankees, a development that, if confirmed, would represent not only a massive coup for the Yankees, but also a thunderous betrayal for Red Sox Nation. While neither organization has officially confirmed the move, social media exploded with unverified images and snippets of Bregman allegedly wearing Yankees pinstripes during a private team meeting. Baseball insiders insist that such a shift would send shockwaves through the AL East, a division already loaded with intense rivalries and bitter histories. If true, it would revive memories of infamous player swaps that left cities divided and friendships strained. The potential deal, rumored to be worth an eye-watering sum and including perks beyond the standard contract, has stirred debates about loyalty, ambition, and the evolving business side of Major League Baseball. Yet, for now, it remains in that tantalizing space between rumor and confirmation. The alleged decision has left Boston fans reeling, with many taking to radio call-in shows and online forums to vent their disbelief and anger. Bregman, known for his competitive edge and clutch hitting, was viewed by some as a potential franchise cornerstone who could carry the Red Sox deep into the postseason for years to come. Now, the notion that he might suit up for their most despised rival is nothing short of a nightmare scenario. Yankee supporters, on the other hand, are already salivating at the prospect of adding such a proven performer to a roster that has been criticized in recent seasons for lacking consistent infield production. Rumors suggest that the Yankees have been quietly pursuing Bregman for months, using back-channel communications and discreet meetings to avoid tipping off Boston's front office. If the reports are accurate, this calculated courtship paid off in spectacular fashion, catching Red Sox executives completely off guard. The possible fallout could extend far beyond the diamond, influencing merchandise sales, ticket demand, and even the intensity of the historic Yankees-Red Sox rivalry. While some analysts caution that the deal might still fall through, the buzz surrounding it is growing louder by the hour, feeding a fire that shows no signs of dying out. In the absence of official statements, reporters have been left to piece together a puzzle from fragments of insider chatter, cryptic social media posts, and strategically timed no-comment responses from both camps. One alleged leak claims that Bregman was spotted at a high-end Manhattan restaurant in the company of Yankees executives just 2 nights ago, a sighting that set off a storm of speculation. Others point to recent interviews in which Bregman praised the Yankees tradition, their commitment to winning, and even the atmosphere of Yankee Stadium. Remarks that at the time were dismissed as polite sportsmanship, but now seem loaded with deeper meaning. There are also unconfirmed suggestions that the Red Sox have been slow to present a competitive extension offer, potentially creating a window for the Yankees to swoop in with a more lucrative and enticing package. In the court of public opinion, the narrative is already forming, a calculated defection engineered behind the scenes and timed to inflict maximum emotional impact. Whether these accounts are based in truth or are simply the product of fevered imaginations, they have set the stage for what could be one of the most polarizing moves in recent baseball history. What makes this possible transaction even more volatile is the cultural and emotional baggage it carries. The Yankees and Red Sox rivalry is not merely a sports competition. It is a generational saga steeped in decades of triumphs, heartbreaks, and grudges. Players who have crossed this divide in the past, think Johnny Damon's switch from Boston to New York, have been met with mixed receptions at best and outright hostility at worst. For Bregman, a player whose competitive persona has been shaped by high-pressure situations, the challenge of donning the pinstripes in front of hostile Fenway crowds could be both a professional trial and a personal crucible. Fans are already debating whether this would tarnish his legacy in Boston forever or elevate his reputation as a fearless competitor willing to embrace the ultimate challenge. There is also the tactical angle. Adding Bregman to the Yankees lineup could dramatically alter the balance of power in the AL East, forcing Boston to rethink its entire roster strategy. The Red Sox could respond with their own blockbuster acquisition, but finding a player of similar impact will not be easy. If this rumor is confirmed, it would become more than a roster move. It would be a cultural earthquake in the world of baseball. Meanwhile, in the shadows of official channels, the market and media frenzy continue to escalate. Merchandise mock-ups of Bregman and Yankees colors have already begun circulating online, some as fan art and others as what claim to be leaks from official vendors preparing for an announcement. Vegas odds makers have subtly shifted the Yankees World Series odds, a move that insiders interpret as a sign that something significant is brewing. Yet skeptics warn that such developments could also be smoke without fire, part of a larger strategic play by agents to drive up bidding wars. This is, after all, a business where perception can shape reality, and a well-timed rumor can add millions to a player's market value. The tension between truth and speculation has created an atmosphere in which every small detail, a player's Instagram follow, a cryptic emoji tweet, a sudden flight to New York, is treated like a breadcrumb leading to the big reveal. As of this moment, all anyone can say for certain is that the baseball world is holding its breath, waiting to see whether Alex Bregman's name will indeed be etched into Yankees lore, or whether this is just another off-season mirage, destined to fade as quickly as it appeared. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to keep receiving exclusive news about the New York Yankees, please subscribe to our channel and give us a like. We always appreciate your comments and opinions. See you in the next video.